México, el 505, el duque y el boque por la vida, muerto y el muerte, vatos locos, paro locos, pocos paro locos, uno vato lito los, oh, Killa, you know, you got to chop off someone's fucking dumb shit, fool. As you begin, you then choose a loose tool as a weapon of choice for this ruse. I would subject to a preferably long blade or a short and boisterous slice and switch utensil. You can also gag with a rag and jab out their eyes with a pencil. But that sin happens before and after the detachment of the suspended and bloody Buddha head. You should also get loose and bent before this dreadful act on the dubious tubs of loose leaf draw stack sediments. If you prefer going in like that on the dazed and crazed businesses, this will heighten your senses. Think you can begin shitting on them propensely. Firstly, you put your victim on their knees in a disclosed proximity behind some bushes and trees. Then you get wet the fuck up against on the smooth breezes and the closures of bud procedures. Now you can determine the worst weapon of choice at ease based on whether or not you want to sever and saw or just slice once, like a chopping down a small and thin spruce tree for a bleeding and ornamental Christmas cheese. Now you pick a specific point of entry in the gentrified moist skin, probably around the bottom part of the lower neck and up to the higher part of the lower jaw flex. You best figure out your preferred method quick and methodically. You know, you can do this breathlessly. Now that you decided to go in with a pivotal propensity, with a specifically unmapped and membrane drawn plan that is deadly and dementedly done with any instrumentally, here's how these demented methods and hardcore tactics tactfully work and should go down berserkly. Now you can pick up the long sword and machete grip and grasp the handle very firmly with your tightened fist. Of course, you are burning and getting the fuck lit. While this is happening, fuck it. You should just bust and thrust the wound regions with all your might and force until the morbid fuck is bleeding. You might as well do your victim in, boredly and unjust, like an uncontrollable lunatic and crazy heathen. For surely the blade snaps the neck with one slicing whack that comes with an elapsed cracking sound, with a loud spraying of blood specks like a rushing and outrageous rounded waterfall. So don't hold back and just do it like that. Then get out your fucking gap. I know you didn't forget that. So you can pistol whip the dead and rigor mortis stricken victim that has a strewn and flown body parts all around that you had to part. I know you fucking remember that part. Or did you have the dismemberments of tunnel visions at large while fucking sharpening in your threaded leggings? You should still be aware of all your surroundings. Don't shoot, because that will give away your unsounded positions underneath the night and dark abysses of the moonlight glow phases. Don't let the blue oppositions come on your trail, so you might as well mutilate and rail the pistol blows to the rows of rolled out body cores and disattached dome pieces. When you are done satisfied with your deceased beatings, you can now leave the human ligaments exposed, or you can drop the fucks in a personally dug multiple burial holes. That was unplanned and done beforehand, though. Then you must hide and bury your fucking death hit contraptions in a different location of graphic mappings, far from the dirt slaved and grave laughing shackins. Take a second to reflect on the decapitation scene splattering, to make sure the battered messes were discarded and cleaned. Do this until you are tidy and clean, with a new mean and pristine fitted t-shirt, shoes, and jeans. Then make your way to your hideaway in secluded vicinities, where you should be at by now, weighing those triplet drop beams. Don't forget to maneuver and disappear unseen, like a fiend in the night, swaying like a ghostly spirit entity. Then chill back and steam up the trees, and reminisce on how you kept this predicament OG. With the silences and no speakings, in other words, keep this to yourself, inside your memory peak and well-beings. Now you can be at ease and dream of more habitual murder scenes, and scheme on motherfuckers for the cream and triple beams. Now for the other weaponry selection as described above. Secondly, you choose an area on the back of the neck to engage with the gently sawing and hacking of the skins. Do this slowly so the blood creeps and pours out in the dirt bins, like a cup of melted butter being poured down the sewer drain. You will then hear some fainted words, bumblings and stutterings. Then the blood might be bubbling and fluttering, so you stab all the way through the motherfucker's neck, while standing on the side of the person's shoulders and pecs, till the face falls first, with a burst of spewing blood coming out, like spilling a bowl of red juices on the grasses with nightly dew. Then the Buddha head commences to hit the ground and roll a few yards. Then you pound and gut the stomach out without making a sound. Then stuff the melon piece in the formed and gouged wound. Then cover the belly back up, shaved and skin flaps. Now you got a dead head, baby, in the beheaded womb gaps. Now that slab of human meat is completely deceased, you can rampage and act like a ferocious beast. Now you have some options. For example, you get madly pissed and then you feast on the decrepit and split and tainted meat. You can also eat the meat from the bloody knife blade heats. So you know how murderous of cannibals be. We OGs, bam and fools be how the fuck we can be. You know, Killa be the murderous criminelli, felly and originally from the homie celly, cemented in deep-filled streets. Killa be the homicidal OG MC. Now you can see how I really be. Killa be that immaculate OG who will take you down, anybody in those creative and blood-flowing killing human sprees. Because you know, we gotta keep it 100% OGs. Killa, el nuevo México, el cinco sabrosico, el duque y el boque por la vida, muerto y el muerte, vatos locos, paro locos, pocos paro pocos, Órale ese vato lito, homie lito, vato, jeez, you know, Killa.